Okay, so this story is um, right after I graduate college. I change my heart from wanting to write really bad movies. I graduate and I start my business and I do very well. And thank God. And well, it was a rocky thing because I wasn't following God. So I was my life was rocky, very rocky. Well, when I decided to fully give my life to Christ and just I just was tired of making money. I just wanted to give everything to Him. I came across and was talked to in going from this person Kent Hovind. They hired me to work with them and to build media and things like that. So we're working together, and there's we go to these events that he puts together. Mind you, I've never been involved in church. I don't do any of that. The closest thing I got involved in church was I would go to the Catholic mass that my dad would take us to after my mom passed away, and we only did that for maybe like a year or two. And then I also was trying to get involved in the church as a teenager, and I quickly found out the hypocrites, and so I was just detested by the whole thing. So this is where my mindset is. Kent Hovind comes into the picture, and I'm wanting to work, and I'm just like, thank you, Lord, that I'm able to just give myself to you, and thank you, man, for this Kent Hovind, for this man that would allow me to help. And so we go into the first church and we lay out all the merchandise, because what they do at these churches is they the career, the gimmick, the career, I should say, is to create the content, and then you sell the content at churches. So they go to all these different churches and they sell the content. It's like a traveling salesman for the gospel, essentially. Well, we get there, we set up, and I did not like it spiritually. It just felt bad, like not good. We're going to be making all this money. People are coming up. I mean, the money that was being made, I just did not like it. It felt like money changers. And then on top of that, he's getting donations. Okay, so this is how these televangelists work. Okay, this is the inside baseball game. Everybody knows this, but this is an inside witness. So I didn't like it. So I immediately, probably 4 or 5 times out of all the sales, I would give somebody something free the first time. And then the second time came around and we were at a Russian church, and I am definitely not feeling the sales thing. I mean, some people do, but so I do the same thing, but I give about 4 or 5 things away out of the day, or the afternoon after Kent's done speaking, and I'm running the table. So then the third day comes along. Mind you, this is a Russian church, okay? And God is amazing. Like, the best thing I can explain it is it's like the Matrix, how God works in your life if you really pay attention. And I don't like using the Matrix because it gives away from God's amazing and majestic glory. But through the imagination of men, God will wink at them. Winks at you, like Paul talking to the Gnostics and the Greeks that were philosophers, talking about the gods and this, and it's like Paul said, in times past, God winked at you. So you delve on reality and what's really going on, and instinctual things that are going on in somebody, but they pervert it, right? They take the Bible. I always say this in my documentaries. You take the Bible, they weave their own story. Anyway, so now I'm excited because it's just an awesome story. So then this is how God works. So the third day, we lay everything out. I'm not feeling it. So when all the kids come over, the best thing that I know that is making me feel spiritually good, and what atheists would say, oh, that's just a common decent thing. No, when you decide to follow Christ, these things add up and you just continue following. And okay, so the kids start coming over, and I just start giving them coloring books. Like they come over and they're looking at it and they're flipping it over. And what am I going to do? Hey, that's $5. So I just, I'm like, oh, take it. Well, we don't make as much money on the event, and they see that. So Kent sees that. So I tell him what I've been doing. He's, oh, that's fine. You can do that. Well, the next event, there's less money. Well, in this event, the kids are finally like, I'm just like, I'm giving away basically all the kids' stuff. And, people are buying certain things, but essentially the money that's coming in, I'm giving out. I just can't do it, right? Finally, this is probably like the fourth or fifth event or something like that. And one of these Russian guys comes up to me. And mind you, I know this is like the money changer stuff. This is not good. Okay? But I also know this is of the world, so what do? I'm trying to figure out the Bible and what's going on in the world. So God spoke to me through this Russian man. He comes up to me and he charges up to me. He goes, I'm going to try not to yell, but he charges up to me and he just looked angry and he goes, what are you doing here? Are you selling these things in the Lord's temple? And I just said, I just said to him in the honest, most childlike way, I said, sir, I am giving out, and I'm giving out coloring books and all the things I can to the children that need the material, that want the material, and anybody that comes through here. I'm looking at it as if they want to give a donation, I will give them the product. But honestly, sir, if they come up here, I give it to them. And he went from being angry because it was God showing me, penetrating my heart and my consciousness through this man, solidifying in my heart that what I was doing, I knew was wrong, but I was doing the right thing. Does it make sense? So then the man goes, good. Okay, good. And he grabbed me and he tapped me and he just, anyway. So, I didn't go to the events. I no longer went to the events after that. Other people went because of, and I still continue to do it. You know what I mean? No one's going to tell me not to do that. And that's, it's evidenced by the ministry that we have is we give everything free. We don't live off of the things that we give for the ministry. It's free. And we'll get to that point at some point. But anyway, God doesn't like money changers. God hates money changers. And when you're in through life and you're wondering, what does God want from me? What do I do? What's right? Hold on to the things that you know in the Bible. Hold on to those things that you've been taught, even if you're not reading the Bible every day, and pray on those things. And God will just start giving you things that just like, wow, okay, yes. And then before you know it, your heart will want to delve into that book of glory. It's amazing. And it'll just come to life. And before you know it, when you're really paying attention, you'll see God and when my children I just love them so much. And I just love being able just to sit there and watch them and take pictures and being able to edit them and being able to give them to family members and them being able to enjoy and smile with them and tell them that they love them. And my grandmother has, her special nickname Rosebud for my daughter, and because my grandma, well, anyway, everybody has stories, and that's a special nickname for my daughter. And those are the things that are beautiful, those things that you cherish. And there's a documentary that's coming out, or that I put together, a mini documentary called Inside the Mind of Salvador Ramos. And those things are, you protect children, protect them, love them. Don't let them feel lost. Hold them tight. We're losing because we're destroying our children. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me. Ask him, he'll strengthen you.